If you think that $600,000 buys you the same lifestyle in Tampa, Orlando, and Gainesville, it doesn't. Not even close. Same price, completely different outcomes. Different lot lines, different commute realities, different school zone trade-offs, different flood zones, and different HOA structures. Florida isn't one market. It's layered, and $600,000 behaves differently depending on where you drop it. Now let's break it down. Most buyers calling me about Tampa, Florida are often looking at Bradenton, St. Pete, and South Tampa. At $600,000 in Tampa, this is typically what you're going to get. 1,800 to 2,300 square foot home, usually on a smaller lot. Often it's going to be in an HOA community. You're going to find an older home in South Tampa with renovated but compact homes in St. Pete and more of a suburban layout in Bradenton. Now here's a real conversation, flood zones. Many buyers want the preferred flood zone X, and that matters because insurance costs shift quickly the closer you are to the coast. Quick story for you. I had a buyer relocating from out of state. They fell in love with a property in St. Pete that they found online. It was beautifully renovated. It was close to the water. The photos online were amazing. We took a tour of it, and of course they loved it. And then we tested the drive against where they were going to work. And we sat in late afternoon traffic as we were heading to their work because we wanted to test what that drive was going to be. And we also pulled what the insurance costs were going to be for that home. Now the house hadn't changed at all, but the numbers and the drive did. I saw them look at each other and they said,
"This feels different than what we had imagined."
it was not worse, it is just different. It was just Tampa. Here you're buying access, and access has layers. At $600,000 here in Tampa, you are often buying location premium, not lot size. Most calls I get for Orlando are looking at Lake Mary, Clermont, or Lake Nona. At $600,000 in Orlando, you're gonna find 2,200 to 2,800 square foot homes, usually in an HOA community. They are often newer builds, but they're smaller with efficient lots. And it's gonna be a strong master plan infrastructure. Lake Nona gives you medical hub proximity, modern build, and high demand schools. But you are inside a structured HOA environment. I had a buyer who was relocating from Alabama to Lake Nona. They did their research online and they knew that they loved this area. It offered new constructions, it had clean lines, community amenities were absolutely amazing. And the school zone was one that everybody wanted to be in. Everything looked good on paper until they reviewed the HOA documents. They were moving from an area that they did not have an HOA, and now they were looking at all the restrictions. There were rental restrictions, architectural guidelines, approval requirements for even minor changes. Nothing unreasonable, but more control than they were expecting. They paused and they said, "We didn't realize how structured it was going to be. Do you think they really enforce all of these?" And I thought, yeah, absolutely, I bet they do. But just to be on the safe side, you should call and find out. Listen, this is Orlando. In Orlando, you're buying order, and order has rules. And rules, they are not bad. You just want to make sure that those rules match your personality. Now in Clermont, you are going to get more rolling land. It is going to be a further commute to central Orlando. You are going to find more house for your money, but you're also going to possibly find more drive. Now, if you're considering Lake Mary, you're going to find that you're going to be in the corporate commuter zone. You're going to have good access, and you're going to find yourself with highly competitive schools. In Orlando, $600,000 is going to give you new construction, but it's going to be within controlled communities. You're going to be buying structure, not acreage. Now, the buyers that I often work with that are moving to Gainesville, they are asking me about communities like Oakmont, Hale Plantation, Town of Tioga, and Southwest Gainesville on the corridor to the hospital or the university. At $600,000 in Gainesville, you're going to find homes between 2,400 square feet to 3,200 square feet. You're going to get a larger lot than you would find in Tampa. You're going to be in established communities with strong school zones, and you're going to be between 10 to 20 minutes from the University of Florida or Shands Hospital. Now make no mistake, you are not buying coastal energy, you're buying into stability. You're going to enjoy a shorter commute, you're going to have more space, and you're going to have less traffic. Yes, you're going to find that there are HOAs, but you're also going to find that there are priced more moderately than Tampa or Orlando master plan fees. I recently worked with a buyer last year who was relocating from Atlanta, Georgia here to Gainesville, and they fell in love with Oakmont. They enjoyed the big yards, the quiet streets, and the short commute to UF. Then during dinner, they looked at me and said, "You know, Gainesville feels calmer than what we were expecting." They said it wasn't a bad thing, it was just calmer. And that is what you get with Gainesville. You gain space, you gain predictability, but that is the trade-off for that big city scale. For some buyers, that is exactly the goal they're looking for. But for others, that's an adjustment. Your $600,000 here in Gainesville is going to stretch much further, but you are going to give up that metro scale. Now let's talk about commute, because this is where the lifestyle differences between Tampa, Orlando, and Gainesville become very real. real. In Tampa and the surrounding areas like St. Pete and Bradenton, traffic variance matters. What is a 20-minute drive at 10 a.m. becomes a 45-minute drive at 4:45. Tampa, of course, has bridges, water crossing, tourism, and seasonal fluctuations. And if you need to commute to South Tampa or you need to cross a bridge, patterns shift quickly. You're not just evaluating distance, you are evaluating unpredictability. Lost time in traffic compounds, not just in fuel, in energy, in margin. Now, Orlando is heavily corridor driven. Lake Nona into central Orlando, that is going to depend on 417 and the toll flow. Lake Mary, well, I-4 patterns are going to matter. Clermont, distance is going to pull in congestion. In Orlando, commute is not about the miles, it is about which highway you depend on and whether that highway behaves. Some buyers are comfortable with structured toll roads, others are not, and that preference matters. Now, Gainesville is different. You have shorter commute windows and more predictable traffic patterns. And if you're working at the University of Florida or Shands Hospital and you live in Southwest Gainesville, it's often just a 10 or 20-minute drive. Here's the part that buyers often underestimate. The commute isn't a one-time daily inconvenience, it is a daily repetition. It is something you're going to do every day. If you save $50,000 on the house, but you add 90 minutes of drive time to your day every day, that is not savings, that is a lifestyle trade. And yes, you can renovate the kitchen, but you cannot renovate your geography. I see prepared buyers calculate the commute before they calculate countertops, because countertops don't show up twice a day, traffic does. Now, every relocation buyer, whether it's Orlando, Tampa, or Gainesville, wants A-rated school zones. That part is consistent. What changes is how that demand impacts pricing and inventory. In Tampa and Orlando, A-rated school zone pockets move quickly. If you find a home for $600,000 in one of those school zones, that house doesn't linger, it gets snapped up really fast. You are competing against other relocation buyers looking for the exact same thing. And we see this in Gainesville too, in certain communities in the Northwest and Southwest Gainesville. Houses in those preferred school zones command a premium. But $600,000 in Gainesville, that dollar is going to stretch a lot farther than you're going to see in Tampa or Orlando. Now, let's talk about the HOA versus land. Tampa, mixed, but coastal proximity means smaller lots and tighter spacing. Orlando, structured HOA communities are common, especially in Lake Nona or other master plan communities. You're buying order, amenities, and uniformity. Gainesville, you get a blend. You've got HOA communities like Oakmont and Town of Tioga, and non-HOA pockets that offer more autonomy. This isn't about what's good or what's bad, it's about what fits your personality. Do you like having a lot of control or do you like having a lot of flexibility? HOA communities can offer a lot of amenities, or you may prefer autonomy. Do you want standards enforced around you, or do you want space to decide for yourself? At $600,000, that decision will affect your lifestyle more than that kitchen backsplash ever will. Now, here's what most relocation buyers miss. Online, $600,000 homes, they can look very similar. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, nice photos, until you zoom in. The lot size, the home age, the roof life, the insurance tier, flood exposure. What is your commute pattern? What are the HOA restrictions? And what is the neighborhood density? 2 homes can look identical on that search page and feel completely different once you evaluate the layers. Photos are not going to show you what your monthly insurance premium is going to be. Photos are not going to show you what your traffic pattern is going to be like. And photos are not going to show you what it's going to be like when you need to resell that home. But your monthly life will. And that's why comparison without context is dangerous. So what does $600,000 actually buy? Not just square footage, trade-offs. In Tampa, you're buying access, energy, water proximity, urban rhythm. In Orlando, you're buying structure, newer construction, master plan order, and defined systems. In Gainesville, you're buying space, more land, shorter commutes, more predictability. It's the same price, but you're going to have very different daily experiences. And if you do not decide what lifestyle matters to you first, you are going to default to what looks best online. And online appeal doesn't always align with long-term fit. That emotional shopping, it can feel good in the moment, but strategic buying feels good for years. If you're within 120 days of relocating to Florida and you're still deciding where does $600,000 work best for me, watch my video on the buyer relocation process, because choosing a city comes before choosing a house. And your financing plan and your home criteria comes before touring a house. I've put the link in the description below. Now, if you already know your city and you've already got your financing aligned, I've got a relocation questionnaire below. Fill that out and then we can get on the strategy call together. If you're looking anywhere else in Florida, I will match you with a top agent that I have vetted personally. You don't have to do this alone. I look forward to meeting you on a call. Thanks for watching.